Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this episode we are painting these nightstands or end tables that I found at a thrift store for $19.99. They're a pretty good price, but it relates to the condition that they're in. There was peeled veneer throughout and I had to fix that stuff up, and you'll see that throughout the video. But I hope you guys enjoy this one, and let's get started. First thing I do is clean up the piece, and I'll just peel off the price tag. I use some mineral spirits to get that sticky residue off, and then I just wiped everything else up with mineral spirits while I was at it. And then let's remove this hardware, flip these guys upside down because the legs had these steel covers that needed to be removed because they were missing too many. So I just pried them all off, used a screwdriver, and they came off pretty easy. If you enjoy my furniture flips and makeovers, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Anyways, after removing all these old leg covers, I just flipped the pieces back over, and then I started dealing with the peeling veneer. So I just peeled off what I could, and then I used a utility knife to cut off certain areas and used a scraper just to scrape off everything that I could. So after peeling up as much veneer as I could that was loose, I started using wood filler to fill in any cracks and scrapes throughout, and then I used the wood filler to fill in the uneven spots where the veneer was pulled up. I then sand the entire piece smooth with 240 grit sandpaper. Then I use my detail mouse sander to clean up the legs and make them smooth as well. After sanding, I use a tack cloth to clean up the entire pieces, just to get rid of any dust before we start priming. Before painting, it's nice to just elevate the pieces just so you can spray them a little bit easier. I also clean up the dirty space just to get rid of the dust and vacuum everything so we don't have any dust in our project. I'm using all spray cans for paint products, so here's my Rust-Oleum spray primer. This stuff just really helps your overall paint adhere better. You should really use a primer, especially oil-based or shellac-based, when you are using wood filler, because you really want to hide that wood filler underneath. So I'm using Rust-Oleum Chalked Aged Gray spray paint. So this stuff, pretty easy to use. You just spray it on just like the primer, but you really want to make sure your coverage is good. I ended up using 3 cans, but I'm sure you can get away with 2. You'll see why I needed an extra third one very soon. After applying my first coat of chalk paint and coming back the next morning, I could tell the wood filler shrunk a bit, and it was quite noticeable, so I decided it was time to take out the sanders and sand everything down, and we are going to use Bondo instead. Bondo is a lot stronger as well, and it doesn't shrink up like cheap wood fillers do. Cheap wood fillers are better for small dings and scratches, but Bondo will hold up a lot longer, and I should have done this from the start, but lesson learned. Let's get this Bondo on these pieces. So Bondo is actually a product used for vehicles. I actually used it on my old rusty truck a few years ago, and this stuff dries really hard, and it does take some hard work to sand it down, so you'll see that in a bit. But basically you just mix together the filler and a bit of hardener, and you mix it together, and then you apply it, and this stuff dries pretty quick, and you want to have it on within 5 minutes while you mix the hardener because it hardens up quickly. For the amount I put on and how quickly it dries is good, so within a couple hours I came back Started sanding with 100 grit sandpaper just to get through it and get it smooth, and then I actually finish off with 400 grit just to make it as smooth as possible. I also reapplied Bondo over some of the larger gouges on the top. And back a couple steps, back to cleaning with a tack cloth, and then I move on to priming. But now we have this comfort grip that you guys recommended, and I picked one up and I'm ready to use it. I have a bad hand, so this definitely helped me out with this project. And round 2 with the aged gray chalk paint. Although it might be harder to see on video, the Bondo actually really made things smooth. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than before, and it was just super smooth. I was pretty happy with the results. I ended up spraying 3 coats of paint, but now we're moving on to the legs. When everything's dry, I tape around it, and I'm just painting them with Fusion Mineral Paint in coal black. So I add a couple coats of that, and we let that dry. Originally, I thought the hardware holes fit into the original 4-inch holes, but they weren't threaded, so I had to re-drill holes. Then I messed it up, and I had to add Bondo again, and then re-drill again, and I had to prime and paint, so it took a bit of time. Quickly, let's give it up to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an enormous online learning community that has thousands of classes for creators. If you have any hobbies or you're thinking about starting something new, Skillshare will have a class for you. There's some cool classes like Transform Your Furniture with Chalk Paint by Paula Pierce. Also, Furniture Making, a Simple Modern Stool by Austin School of Furniture and Design. But one Skillshare class that I really want to take is called Productivity for Creatives. Build a System That Brings Out Your Best by Thomas Frank, who is a YouTuber, author, and entrepreneur. His class is about increasing productivity as a creator. I would love to get some systems in place so I could provide you guys more videos weekly and just overall become more organized with my work life. Another great thing about Skillshare is that it's designed specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads. Plus, they are always launching new premium classes. With an annual subscription, you're only paying $10 a month. There's nothing better than getting better. Accomplishing growth is extremely satisfying, and Skillshare's online classes make it possible. But even better, to the first 1,000 to click the link in the description will get a free trial of a premium membership so you can explore your creativity. Anyways, back to the video. I'm using Varathane finishing wax, and I just take a wax brush and apply this stuff all over the piece, and then I come back with a clean lint-free rag. It's actually an old t-shirt, and just buff in the wax. Well, buff out the wax, however you want to say it. There was a package at my door the other day, and I realized I didn't order anything, so that got me pretty excited. So a big shout out to Sabrina from Savvy Chic. She picked me up this electric screwdriver that was on my Amazon wish list, and I appreciate her supporting the channel. And I'm going to give her a shout out to her channel, Savvy Chic. She's new to the YouTube scene and has a few videos that you can watch, but I can guarantee she's going to have some new videos soon, and they're going to be awesome too. So head on over there and give her a subscribe. Anyways, I'm using these little caps to hide the damaged veneer from drilling holes, and I'm using my new electric screwdriver, thanks Sabrina, and now we're done. Let's take a look at the before one more time. And here is the after. This project didn't go exactly as planned, and it turned out pretty good, but there are a few flaws from the Bondo not being perfect. But overall, I had fun with this project, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it.